Hey guys, Joe here with Stephanie from our food service team, and we're going to talk a little bit about some recommendations for food service buyers that are planning or considering participating in one of our food service programs. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First, let's start off, talk about which types of programs we have for those people who are watching this that may not be familiar with us at all.
Sure, so a couple of the programs we have, some focus on food specifically, equipment and supplies, and also adult beverage. And it's basically an opportunity to find, discover, and taste interesting, innovative new products in the market that you may not realize are out there.
Okay.
And it's also a great program for networking and education.
Great, and we cover different categories. So have, like for example, this week we have our campus and university food service.
Right.
We have our commercial food service at retail. Did I miss any?
No, you got them all.
Okay, and then later on this year we have our food service natural, organic,
Correct.
and better for you.
And then the on-premise adult beverage.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have a lot of different categories, a lot of different category programs that you can participate in. So now, once you do participate, there are a few things that you need to know in order to get the most out of your experience with our programs. So you want to kick it off?
So the first thing I always tell people when I'm talking to them and they're deciding whether they're going to try out one of our programs is, should you choose to attend, keep an open mind. You have access to all of the suppliers' products profile information in advance. Sometimes as you're reading through those, you might think it's not a fit for your concept or it doesn't sound interesting. But one thing I've found with attendees as I'm talking with them after they've attended a session is that, when you keep an open mind, you never really know what application these products might have. I actually had someone today tell me that there was a product he found, and although he doesn't think there's a current application to his concept right now, he wants to build an LTO or a special menu item around this product because he thought it was so great. Yeah. So you just never really know.
It's funny, I had a situation like that too, where I was talking to someone and he was thinking of asking to remove somebody from his schedule. He's like, you know what, let me keep them up. And then it ended up being a hit menu item for them. So it's, trust. Here's the thing, our account managers do this all the time. They're really good at learning the capabilities of the suppliers and matching them up against the needs and objectives of the buyers. So that's what they do. That's what they specialize in. So you definitely want to work with them, and it's good to take their advice because they're just looking out for you and what's best for you.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's important is to really communicate with your account manager in advance. We're all busy, we all have lots of things going on, but those that invest a little bit more time up front seem to have a more positive experience, and that includes your profile as well. So we like to include things of like how many stores do you operate, in what states, who's your prime distributor, what are your goals and objectives, when do you offer LTOs, as much as you can, because the suppliers have access to this information in advance also, and the meetings are quick. They're either 10 or 20 minutes. So the more information you can give them in advance, the better prepared they can be, so you can actually spend that time talking about the opportunity and not so much about the history or basic information about your operation.
Great point.
And then also take advantage of the networking.
Yes.
We've added a lot of value-added programs with roundtables, panel discussions, educational session speakers, and even the meals that we host together as a group. That's where the relationships really start to build. That's where it really starts to happen. And it's great to share ideas with your peers, to share challenges, to just talk about how someone else is dealing with a certain issue or how someone else implemented something. So it's really, really valuable time spent.
I hear similar comments from buyers in that, one, obviously during the networking functions, they get to spend quality time with their peers in other companies. So, and that's a great way for learning, and it's a good way to compare notes. Maybe they're thinking of a product, of taking on a product, and they want to find out which other buyers have maybe implemented that product, And, so it's a great way to complement the in-person appointments that we set up for them with suppliers. And then also, it's a good way to spend additional time with suppliers that you might have met with and want to learn a little more. So you can scope them out during one of these functions. And it's, again, like she said, breakfast, lunch, cocktails, dinner, educational sessions. There's a lot of opportunities for that. And it's a good way to drill down. Plus, it's just, we make relationships and build relationships in person. So that's when you could also just go and get to know everybody on a personal level and deepen those existing relationships that you might have.
Yeah. One more point is that, some of the suppliers you meet, their products may not be relevant today, tomorrow, next week. It might be 6 months, it might be 12 months, but you're really seeing trending, innovative products here, and at least then when you're ready to implement those things or you need something, you've already started a relationship. So sometimes it's something you can use right away. Sometimes it's something you might use down the road.
Yeah,
you never know.
Tastes change. So you may, taste in your own market might change. So maybe, 1 year it's, a lot of people are looking for vegan, or they're looking for certain spice, and then the next year they're gonna want something else. If it didn't always change, there'd be no reason in having new concepts. So it's good to meet as many people as possible, even if you're not gonna do business with them right now, down the road. And opportunity might come up and you'll be like, you know what, I do remember that person that I met last year.
And I have people tell me all the time, wow, I met and found some really great suppliers and products here I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know it was out there, and just, the focus and ideas they walk away with are really cool. So
Excellent. Great. Well, thank you for those tips. And as always, if you have any questions or you want more information, feel free to reach out to Stephanie directly, or you can leave a comment in the comment section here.